I am going to be building a team that consists of only European NHL players. Well, taking a look at this roster, you can tell it is very, very good. We got Pasternak, Leon, and Panarin on that first line. A 95, 97, and 96 is absolutely filthy. Then we got Rantanen alongside Barkov and Kucherov, Nylander with Pettersson and Forsberg, and then finally on the fourth line, we got the greatest goal scorer of all time in Ovi alongside Zibanejad and Val Nichushkin. Defensively, Josi and Heiskanen as our first line D pair. Literally just got injured by Mark Stone, diving at his legs, laddie. We got Carlson alongside Victor Hedman, Dahlin, and Rasmus Andersson. And then in goal, we got Andrei Vasilevsky as our starter, 94 overall, and then Linus Ullmark as our backup. So obviously you can tell this team is very, very good. I think we were like a 98 overall alongside all the other teams, the highest in the NHL right now. So that means we're going to have 3 full seasons to win a Stanley Cup with the Berlin Bears. Otherwise, we are complete losers. And otherwise, the European hockey players just prove what North American people really think, that they're too soft for the NHL, that they can't get it done. They can't win the Stanley Cup, can't win playoff games. If you guys think otherwise, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on notifications so you get notified every single time I go live or post a video. I mean, so far, so good. 47-7-2 record. Not too shabby at all. At the end of the season, we are going to finish with a great record of 66-13-3, 135 points. Obviously, the best team in the NHL, won the President's Trophy. Tampa Bay had a great year, winning 54 games. Colorado was up there. We got the Leafs, the Rangers, the Oilers, the usual crew that is at the top of the NHL. Outside of Pittsburgh being top 10, that's something I really did not expect. And at the bottom, Bedsy and the Blackhawks have an awful roster, and that is reflected on their 29 wins on the season. Very interesting. David Pasternak's going to lead our team. He had 44 goals, 104 points. Rantanen had 99, more goals at 48, though. Leon had somewhat of a disappointing year being the first-line center, only 36 goals, 91 points. Kucherov had 91, Breadman 84, Barkov, he locked it down with the Selke. We got Nylander putting up 62 points. Josi was pretty productive as a D-man. And for Andrei Vasilevsky, a 918 save percentage, 5 shutouts, and a 52-12-2 record. That is definitely Vezina worthy. Connor McDavid's going to have the most points in the NHL at 124, followed by McKinnon's 108. Matthews had 105. Kucherov was up there. Pasternak. So we really didn't have that great of offense. Maybe it was our goaltending and defensiveness that won us games, considering we only had one 100-point scorer. Mitch Marner had 102, Rantanen 99, Robertson 98. On the goal side, Leon from the Oilers will win the Maurice Richard. He had 55 goals on the season, followed by McDavid and Matthews, both having 52. McKinnon had 50. Bedard, on the worst team in the NHL, put up 49 goals and 80 points and was only a -5, so if he could do that in real life, it would be really, really impressive. That is just not the case right now. Obviously, Vasi's going to have the most wins at 52. The other Vasi was pretty close, though, with 49, which kind of confirms my speculation that if you have duplicates in the NHL, that if one does good, the other one's going to do good as well, despite being on a completely different team. Igor had the most shutouts at 8. Followed by Gustafson's 5. Cam Talbot had 5. Tristan Jarry 5. What is going on right now? Jarry is literally in the AHL as we speak. He had 5 shutouts, but an 897 save percentage and a 306 GAA. All right, here we go. The real games begin now. We start off against Winnipeg in the first round. Obviously, we have to win 4 separate rounds. That is 16 games, and then we are Stanley Cup champions. So hopefully we can get it done. We have 3 years to do so. I believe we should be able to at a 98 overall. The Berlin Bears are playing good so far, up 3-1 over the Winnipeg Jets. We got a 1-1 tie heading into the third, thanks to Philip Forsberg, who scored on Connor Hellebuck. This is basically like Team Europe from the 2016 World Cup of Hockey, essentially. I mean, they had Russia in the game as well. I don't even know if Russia really classifies as European, but I decided to throw them in anyways. Who cares? Kyle Connor might have scored the game winner here. Only 2 minutes to go. Can Winnipeg force a game 6? No! Mikko Rantanen with a minute to go. Here we go, baby. Overtime in game number 5. Trying to punch our ticket to the second round. Winnipeg, they did a good job, but Mikko Rantanen late in the game will tie it up and force overtime. So here we go. Leon Draisaitl moves it on over to Breadman. Artemi Panarin, find that. Okay, that's a horrible sauce pasta. To Dry, to Breadman, to Josi. Backhander, weird little backhander. Almost went in though. Pasternak moves back to Heiskanen. Josi, Breadman, Heiskanen, rip one. He couldn't get it to go though. Who's number 3? David Pastrnak is wearing number 3. Why is he not wearing 88? Who else on this team would be wearing 80? Oh, Andrei Vasilevsky. That's right. Neil Pionk. The shots are 40-28 for Berlin. So safe to say, oh my God, safe to say we're not moving on to round number 2. As the Winnipeg Jets have forced a Game 6 back in Winnipeg. Me and my goddamn mouth. I really do not want to go back to Berlin for, oh my God, 4-1 after 1, 6-1 after 2, and we are going to have a Game 7 after having a 3-1 series lead. A complete and utter choke job by Berlin. I mean, Elias Pettersson stepped up. A bunch of other players had one. Oh my God, look how many players have 1 point on our team, and we didn't even win the game. We weren't even close to winning. It was a 6-1 game at one point, and then we finally woke up in the third period. And for, oh wow, Vasilevsky, a 500 save percentage. Bro got pulled after 8 shots against. Linus Ullmark had an 8.95, so he wasn't even that great himself. I guess it all comes down to this. Game 7 in Berlin. 1-1 tie after 1. Hedman gets our lone goal. Second period. Oh no, we're down by 1. Erik Karlsson had our side. There it is. Miro Heiskanen. 3 defensemen have scored in this Game 7. Where are our forwards? Where's Leon? Where's Rantanen? Where's David Pastrnak, dude? A former 60-goal scorer. There we go. And it's Artemi Panarin on the power play. 5 minutes to go. We need Vasilevsky to shut the door. Come on, Vasi. You've been in this position many, many times. And in a Game 7, Berlin will take advantage and win the series, move on to round number 2. Artemi Panarin, first star of the game, 1 goal, 2 apples. We got Gustafsson having 2 goals, and then Pasta with 2 assists and 1 hit will get the 3rd star. Well, after seeing how we dealt with the Winnipeg Jets, I'm a little bit worried facing the Oilers. Obviously, high-octane offense. They got a lot of firepower. Oh my God, we're leading 3-0. Never mind. This is a joke. This is a literal joke, and we end up sweeping the Edmonton Oilers in 4 straight games. Move on to the conference finals to face the Minnesota Wild, who, I mean, outside of Kirill Kaprizov, really don't have much on this roster, if we're being honest. Uh-oh, we got a 2-2 tie after 4 games. We win Game 5, thankfully. Go to Minnesota for Game 6 with the potential of advancing to the Stanley Cup Finals. We're down 3-1 after 1. Not great. Second period. A multi-goal lead is not going to be good in this third period. Come on, power play. We need a goal here. We need a goal. There we go. Who else but Breadman on the power play? He makes it a 1-goal game, and then Roman Josi will tie it up, baby. Halfway through the third, shots are pretty much even. The score is even, and Minnesota has no momentum right now after being up 3-1 in this game. 4 minutes to go. We might have overtime on our hands, unless we have a miracle in the final minute. Oh, my God. Boyd is going to score on Vasilevsky. And we got to go to Game 7. Literally anything can happen in a Game 7. Oh, there it is. Hedman, Draisaitl, and Draisaitl. 3-0 lead. 4-1 after 2. Safe to say, barring an absolute collapse here in the third period, we're not the Toronto Maple Leafs. We are going to be advancing to the Cup final as Rantanen gets a shorthanded goal and then passed it with a power play marker. Rasmus Andersson, even strength. 7-1 absolute frisking of the Minnesota Wild. We have completely and utterly dominated them, and we are off to the Cup Finals. If you want to be the champs, you got to beat the champs, and the reigning defending champs right now are the Florida Panthers, so what a better way to prove that we are the best team in the NHL than beating the defending Stanley Cup champions in the Stanley Cup Finals. Things were looking a little hairy, I'm not even going to lie. We were down 0-2 to start the series. Luckily, we have won 2 straight. Hopefully, there it is, 3 straight. We got them on the ropes. We're heading into Florida for Game 6, trying to win the Stanley Cup. It's in the building, 1-0 after 1. The second period, okay. It is going to be a very low-scoring affair with Bob and Vasi between the pipes. 2-0, there we go. Mika Zibanejad and Sergei Bobrovsky. I am happier than a plum. Halfway through the third period. There it is. Zibanejad again. Legacy game for Mika Zibanejad here in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Well, it ended up being an absolute stomping 4-0 victory in game number 6. And in year number 1, the Berlin Bears proved to be the best team in the regular season, the best team in the postseason, and the best team overall. As we do go all the way, beat the Florida Panthers in 6 games in the finals. And we capture Lord Stanley as this European hockey club essentially is proving why they are the best in the entire league right now. The Conn Smythe Trophy would go to Leon Draisaitl. He is the best player on the team, 15 goals, 24 points. Also the captain of the squad, so He definitely carried us to a cup victory and a Conn Smythe. And there it is, the trophy that literally every team plays for. Only one can win at the end of the season. Florida trying to go back-to-back, their third straight cup final in a row. But it was not good enough to beat a team full of the best European hockey players in the NHL currently, as Leon Draisaitl is going to win his first cup of his NHL career with the Berlin Bears of all teams. Well, in the playoff run, Leon Draisaitl and David Pastrnak both had the same amount of points at 24. Leon just had 5 more goals. Barkov, only 2 goals, but he had 21 points, was a -1. I don't know if his defending was that great, but we ended up winning, so it doesn't really matter. Breadman had 20, Kucherov only 18, Forsberg had 16, Nylander 14, and for Vasilevsky, let's see, 16, 7, and 1, 2 shutouts. A 9-16 is not horrible, but I mean, if we take a look at this guy's playoff statistics, he was an absolute monster. A 9-27 in 1920, a 9-37 in 2021, and then in 22, we had a 9-22 when they made the Cup Finals again. And then it kind of went downhill. I mean, an 8-7-5, 8-9-7, so he's back up to at least being decent, but those were the prime years of Andrei Vasilevsky. Connor McDavid will win the Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Maurice Richard to Draisaitl. Makar is going to take home the Norris. Leon the Conn Smythe. Our Vasi is going to win the Vezina. And the Florida Panthers, Alexander Barkov, will take home the Selke. Well, essentially, we have completed the challenge, but now it is time to see if we can go back-to-back and defend our Stanley Cup, as the Berlin Bears look very promising, potentially could go on a three-peat here and just cement themselves as a dynasty in NHL history. Well, we are going to go ahead and finish with an even better record. 71 wins, 7 losses, 4 in overtime, 146 points at the top of the National Hockey League. Just utterly dominant. Damn near 5 goals per game. Florida was up there. We could end up rematching them in the Cup Finals. Pittsburgh was top 3. 50-win season. The Oilers had a good year. Carolina and Nashville. And at the bottom, oh wow, the Anaheim Ducks. They only ended up with 25 wins, 49 regulation losses. That is tough. Leon had an absolutely monster season, 131 points. Pastrnak had 58 goals, 125. Breadman with 123. So we had 3 120-point scores. I don't know if that's ever been done in NHL history. Maybe the Oilers back in the day did it, but can somebody fact check for me in the comments and see if any team in NHL history has had 3 100-point plus scores? Rantanen had 31 goals, 82 points. Kucherov, wow, he's been pretty quiet the entire video. I'm not even going to lie. And Barkov only had 17 goals. And for Vasilevsky, 8 shutouts, a 918 save percentage, 54 wins. Obviously, Leon's going to have the most points in the league at 131. McDavid was up there at 127. Our Pastrnak and Breadman were both very, very close. Kucherov at 117, point 113. Tommy Matthews will have the most goals at 62, followed by Crosby, who put up 59 at age 37. Leon had 58, as well as Pasta. McDavid 55, we got Rantanen 50, and Bedard 48. And for the goaltenders, Vasilevsky will dominate, almost had 15 more wins than second place. He also has the most shutouts at 8, so he's going to take home the Vezina. And I mean, as he should. He was on the best team, put up the best numbers, and was the best goalie for this season. As we actually get a very easy matchup in round number 1 against the Chicago Blackhawks. We are dominating the Blackhawks just like we should in round number 1. Up 3-1 in the series. First period, 1-0 lead. Thank you, Val Nichushkin. Second period, 3-0. We pretty much got this series in the bag at this point. I don't think we're going to be blowing a 3-1 series lead like we did last season and damn near losing in Game 7. Nonetheless, we end up no, we do not shut out Chicago, but we do end up beating them in 5 games in the very first round. Yet again, we play the Oilers in round number 2. Now, we did sweep them last season, so maybe we can repeat that. We're up 2-0 already, please. Win game. Okay, we lose game 3, up 3-1 though. I'm not too worried at all. Clearly have shown that we are the better team. 2-1 lead for Edmonton after 1. Jeff Skinner is getting a pair in 2025. Bro, can't even get minutes in real life. Like, what's going on? Luckily, we do tie up the game thanks to Philip Forsberg on Foreskin, Skinner, and then Brett Kulak on Andrei Vasilevsky. As the Oilers have a 1-goal lead, 3-2 lead. Shots are 30-29. There we go. DJ Zibanejad will tie the game up. 4 minutes to go here in game number 5 with the potential to head back to the conference finals. But instead, we are headed to overtime. Series on the line. We lose. We just go back to Edmonton. No big deal. But I do want to get the victory right now, considering We probably shouldn't play with our food too much here. Breadman shooting, and Skinner will make the save and glove that up. Tons of time in this overtime frame to get a goal. Blasting one. Oh my god. Nobody gonna go after the puck? I got full forecheck and full attack, and nobody seems to want to chase that puck, man. Unbelievable. If that was the 1980s, there'd be 3 guys just hounding the puck like animals. Leon, move that puck. Okay, over to Breadman. Artemi Panarin gonna skate in. He's waiting, finding Leon, shooting, and Skinner will make the save. Why did Leon decide to go 5-hole there? Raise that puck up under the bar, buddy. Also, our crowd just looks like a big pile of shit. I'm not even gonna lie. It's brown. Everything is brown. Why is it not green? Our jerseys are predominantly green. The Berlin Bears and their shitty fans shooting. Who's in the crease right there? Is that Philip Forsberg? You're getting a little too close there, buddy. Zach Hyman over to Skinner. Oh, Skinner hat-trick in Game 5 is not happening on my watch. Not a Jeff Skinner hat-trick in 2025. Still got the big guns out there. I think that was Pasternak that actually went into the crease. Oh my god, buddy. Oh, Lord, get it out. Delayed penalty. So they are headed to the box. Jeff Skinner, 2 minutes for slashing, and we got a power play here in overtime. I say overtime or overtime. I don't even know at this point. Leon, you got to win this draw. We got Kucherov, Leon, and Pasta. At the point, I don't know. I think, oh, we got Rantanen alongside. Oh, wow, we're running 5 forwards, and it works. Leon Draisaitl, overtime winner, series winner. And the Berlin Bears are headed back to the conference finals for a 2nd straight season, as they're going to dummy the Oilers in 5 games in round number 2, a gentleman's sweep. I got to be honest, I have no idea how the Nashville Predators with their roster, I mean, I guess maybe in the game they simulate a lot better than in real life, but they're in the conference finals up against Berlin, and it is pretty much lambs to a slaughter. Another 3-1 series lead heading into Game 5. That we should theoretically be able to dominate. First period, 2-1 lead. Second period, 4-1 lead. And it is just like one-way traffic right now for Berlin. Shots 21-20, so the shots are even. But UC Saros is... Oh, wait. Joe Lazon. I think Joe is his first name. Lazon, regardless. And then Mikko Rantanen answers back right away. The newest member of the Carolina Hurricanes. It doesn't even feel right to say that, but nonetheless, Kucherov will chip in. 6-2 advantage. We're headed back to the Cup Finals, baby. Well, this season, I guess we're going to have to face the other half of the state of Florida, as the Tampa Bay Lightning are in the Cup Finals up against Berlin. It was Florida last season, Tampa Bay this year. We own the state of Florida. So far, just an absolutely one-sided series. We are leading 3-0 with the potential of a sweep here in Tampa. It's a 3-3. Never mind, Barkov gives us the lead. A 4-3 advantage for Berlin. 5-3 Mikko Rantanen chips in when he has to, and it looks like Tampa Bay has just ran out of gas, playing a much deeper, better, high-end talent team, and they got to face the same exact goaltender. And back-to-back seasons, the Berlin Bears will get the job done. We own the state of Florida. I think we dominated the Panthers in 5 games last year, maybe 6, I can't even remember. But this season, it was complete and utter dominance, a one-sided series, a 4-0 sweep in the Cup Finals that I don't believe has happened. When's the last time somebody swept somebody in the Cup Finals? I can't even remember. It was that long ago. But Berlin is going to do it here in year number 2 as they go back-to-back with titles. And Nikita Kucherov, Conn Smythe winner, 11 goals, 24 points. Definitely had a much better playoff run than he did last season, and he gets rewarded with a Conn Smythe. And that is back-to-back Stanley Cups for the Berlin Bears. A team full of European talent are going to win 2 Stanley Cups in a row and cement themselves as maybe the greatest hockey... I mean, I can't really call it a hockey nation if it's Team European, but whatever. Leon, second Stanley Cup of his NHL career, back-to-back, in fact, as Berlin is the best team in the NHL. Nikita Kucherov led our team in scoring, tied alongside Artemi Panarin. I don't really know how they chose the winner of the Conn Smythe, considering their stat line was exactly the same. I guess Kucherov had a better plus-minus, less penalty minutes, more shots on goal. He had less game-winning goals, though. Barkov had 23. We got Mikko Rantanen with 12 goals, 21 points. Leon, oh wow, Leon was only point per game and only 5 goals in the postseason, so he wasn't even that great. And even Andrei Vasilevsky, he didn't do that great either. A .902 save percentage, a dominant record at 16-2-1. We were just a much better team than pretty much anybody else in the league. Leon will take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Tommy Ake with the Maurice Richard. We got Cale Makar winning the Norris. Kucherov the Conn Smythe. Vasilevsky the Vezina. and Sasha Barkov yet again the Selkie. As that is going to do it for this one, we cemented the Berlin Bears as the best team in the NHL. They went back-to-back. They probably, honestly, could have three-peated, but it might have been just a complete and utter domination. We saw them win 2 cups in a row. They were a very good team for 2 years straight. And I mean, why else would they not be the greatest team? Their roster was absolutely loaded. Nonetheless, if you enjoyed the video, leave some support, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.